children.
What is this? Da, da, da. I'm trying not to. That's why. Anyways, but I've been going through a lot. Even like struggled with like depression. So I've been going through a lot. Like it was like
Do you want to talk about that?
I mean, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, just the depression part. As long as, I mean, if we need tissues here, like, yo,
No,
I'll give you a hug.
we
I'll give you a hug, a kiss on the cheek at most, and I'll still find
No.
and I'll tell you why it's important. Because, like, even currently, right now, there is just through social media, a lot of people are getting depressed because of comparing maybe their lives with somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somebody who's younger and they're
Yeah.
married. They have like their
They
career,
have that
like sort of like
body of a goddess.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And their career seems to be like heading towards the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Are those the kind of things that make you sit back and like start
Like
self-doubting?
It definitely did. It did for a long time, but then it's like I would hang out with some of these people, and a lot of these people had depression themselves. Like social media is just all a front.
Yeah.
It's a front, like the biggest front I've ever seen in my entire life. But
so what exactly made you like feel like,
my
really
depression
took you to your low moments?
It was like my music has started to slow down, and then like I didn't have like a job at the time. I had finished school. It's like I didn't know what to do with my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nothing was really taking off. I had gotten in a relationship. It was a bad relation. It ended up being a bad relationship.
Trust me, we'll get to that.
Very bad relationship. So yeah, I struggled with that for a long time. A lot of people didn't know. Of course not, but it was hard. It was hard. So I'm just now like becoming happy again, living life. And that's all you can do. This turning 30 is the only thing that
Pressure.
yes.
But you know what? I think when you're in Kenya, it's slightly different. Because like I can't even imagine the kind of pressure you can get like if you're in the States.
Yeah.
Because in the States, you have like 23-year-olds who have like, driving Maybachs and stuff. And they're not stealing money. They're not stealing money from anyone. Like they're just genuinely selling their music and everything.
And that's what I'm saying. Even like moving to Kenya, it was hard because things just move so slowly here. Like
now
it
I get
takes
it.
years or
You know what?
whatever to like get on top. I was like debating on whether I should just go back to the States, like make that paycheck, like come back and be balling out of control.
Yeah.
But it's like in America, you work to work to work. Like you don't really have a life.
I know, but that's if you join corporate. But I think if you maneuver in a way that you can actually start making money in arts, in the States it seems to be like super fun. You can really, as long as you have like good people around you, it can be like a good thing. Because the worst thing that can happen would be like, you have all that money and you're just surrounded with all the wrong people. So then now you are successful, but then again you're still super depressed.
Yep, true.
It's tricky, and I understand the frustration that you're talking about, especially now that you've mentioned it, that Kenya can seem like a bit, you're saying Kenya is slow? Have you just started a business in Mombasa? You know how slow it is right there?
I know, right? In Diani, especially. Good thing we know people that know people.
Okay, now the comparison that I wanted to put out is in the States, I can only imagine, like, let's say the people that you're with, like, let's say you're in middle school, the people that you're in middle school, like right now, if you were to contact them, what are like their life situations?
Oh my gosh, I've been seeing them. Like they're like
and they're third baby or something.
They're like married, corporate jobs. Some are having babies. Like it's just so crazy.
Yeah,
and then others are just like following their passion, like working for like Uber or something, just traveling the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
man, she's living the life.
Yeah, I think it's like right now in the generation that we're in, it's like there's really no blueprint. What used to be like maybe a painted picture of happiness, it's no longer the same thing because you can like. I think there's a time where everybody was just like, as long as I have a job, I have a family,
Yeah.
and I get to see my relatives at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That was the case. That was the
At
case.
the end of the year.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, just
Family functions, maybe.
yeah, family functions in between, and then at the end of the year, the Christmas, like celebrations and stuff. It used to be like just that, but right now,
Dude.
it's a whole different
It
ballgame.
really is. But
Yeah.
then in Kenya, it was like so crazy because I feel like you're even pressured at such a younger age
Yeah.
to like get married and have kids. Like some of my friends, like here in Kenya at least, they were getting married at the age of like 22, 23, having kids.
I have a question
at
for you though.
like 21, like, jeez.
Can I ask you the
man.
question?
And then their men just be going around finding other
Yeah, no,
girls
listen, that's the
and
question. That's the
cheating.
question. That's the question I wanted to ask. My question was, like, when he started saying that, my question was, how many of them are single moms right now?
Exactly, a lot of them.
Yep.
A lot of them.
It's not about that because it's not about just that anymore. Like, things are changing and you have to be really careful on how you're maneuvering.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to bring, like, even a child to all this bitterness and everything, and
Yes,
people are just
exactly.
irresponsible.
Exactly.
And I'd rather, even if, like, somebody breaks up with you, and it doesn't become toxic, or just get in a situation that you think is probably long term.
Yeah.
And which brings me to my next question. Ta-da-ta-dun-ta-dun. So, we've
is
balanced out
it?
like on wealth, health being like mental well-being. And okay, how did you cope like with that before I just go to a whole different topic? How did you cope with this depression to a point where now you just started being better, feeling more relaxed?
Oh, I had to see psychologists. I had counselors who helped me through it. I had good friends, good family support who helped me through it. I was on medication at one point in time.
Sorry.
And I'm not going to down medication at all. Like, people think like depression is like this big thing where, oh, if you have to be on medicine, you're weird. Like, there's a stigma to it.
Yeah.
And that's not the case at all. That is not the case at all. And if you need help out there, get help and talk to someone. That's that's definitely what I would say, because your health is your wealth at the end of the day. And yeah, I went through all of that. I'm not on the medicine anymore. I'm stable. I see a counselor like once every...
Why are you smiling when you say this? That's what scares me.
Why?
They're just smiling casually. I'm like, yo, come on, why are you going through all these things? And like when friends are meeting you, they wouldn't know though. That's what I'm saying. That's
I
the
know. It's so crazy because I'm able to put on this big smile. Like,
You're
just
always
have it
smiling.
Always.
And I'm always like, she has to be like on
Always.
crazy drugs because how
I
come she's
know.
always like super hype?
I know.
I've never met you at
Like
any one
down.
point and then like you're down.
And you never won't. You never will. You never will.
Yeah, like
And that's the thing. You never know with the person at the end of
That's
the day.
crazy.
You'll
Especially
never
like
know.
for you. You're
Yeah.
always smiling. Like at least Angie can tell like when she's on.
I
the
know,
good
when
mood.
she
be
in
like,
a
yo,
good
come
mood.
on, what's going on? I'd be able like, yo, what's going on?
I know.
She'd be like, I'm okay, but yeah, come on, stop
Yeah.
playing. We know you're not good.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
But it's also important, and a lot of people are going through it right now, and even people that have brought in the podcast, they're sharing the same story. And when it comes to like, people, I had Antonio Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, yo, bro, I don't even know if I'm crazy or,
Yeah.
or if I'm stable.
Yeah.
He was saying like he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But, it's a bit comforting when you get to understand like it's just pressure, like the pressure of life right
It
now
is.
is
It is.
so it's just it's a different kind of pressure that
Especially for artists too.
Yeah,
Especially for artists.
yeah. And a lot of people didn't know how they're supposed to approach these or just to maneuver.
Yeah.
But let's get off that topic and go to
Yes.
another different topic.
Yeah.
But might as well be depressing as well.
Okay.
Look at you.
No, let's stick to the happiness.
No,
Where are we going with this?
we're going. The last topic I always like ease into it.